So we got to cut out the, can you cut that, Ash? Thank you. All right, welcome all. Welcome. Thank you for joining. We got a bunch of hosts of folks here to kick off our AGS homecoming. I think I'm not sure if this is really like the first kickoff. I know we've done this sometimes, but as an adjunct, it's been a while since I actually joined one of these. I think we had some luncheon last time I came about. Mendy would be able to speak more about that because she was part of that deal. We tried to get you all here for some food, but unfortunately, the COVID has stopped that. So we had to come up with some little creative here, and we've been working with the alumni group to pull this all together. So I'll share my screen. I'll give you a little heads up what's going to happen today, because I spent a little, let me see here. Here's my PowerPoint, so you can all see what the plan is. The plan. All right, can we see this? Look at this, is pretty good. I pulled together a little presentation so we can align and get some sense of order here and what folks can do and share here in our Through the Years production. We're going to start off with some introductions. We'll introduce some of the folks who are in charge of the programs. Talk a little bit about kickoff, ultimately where we are, where we've been, where we're going. Hopefully we'll have the president jump in at about, I think it's 3:15, correct? Correct me if I'm wrong here. Then we're going to talk about the alumni faculty that actually engage here with the AGS program with their My Story. We're going to have some current students come in, but maybe they will, maybe they won't. I know they're running a few other activities here. And then a little bit of open forum closing. If anybody has anything to share at the end, if we need to break people out to breakout rooms, hopefully that'll be an opportunity for all. So with that, I will start off with the introductions. I'll start with Jim, if you want to give yourself an introduction here. Oh, should I call you James Sheets? Are you there, Jim?
Muted.
Is he muted?
Yes.
Is he an amateur?
There we go. Now, all right. I'm fairly new to AGS. I just started here in January. But I'm the new director of adult, graduate, and online admissions for the college. So if you're ever on campus, when we have more stuff happening on campus, I'm up in the mezzanine level. Please feel free to come by and say hello. I'd love to hear about your experience at ENC and, you know, any thoughts about it at all, and just to come over and say hi. So welcome, and we're glad you're here.
Excellent. I'll start off too, since I work closely with Jim. I am the AGS Division Chair. Just recently, AGS Division Chair. I'll share more of my story a little bit later on, but I've been moved into this position officially August, but I think I was working, started doing things in June during the summer months, so I kind of lost my summer vacation. But yeah, I know. But I'm here as the new Division Chair and in charge of overlooking the entire programs, all the programs that are going on within here. Unfortunately, Jeff couldn't join us. He would be part of the folks that speak to the business part of it, the MSM program and the bachelor's program. And then I'll roll it over here to the MFT team. Brian.
Hello, I'm Brian Massey. I'm the program director for the Marriage and Family Therapy program, and also undergraduate psych department faculty member. Yeah, is there more that you'd like from me on, Rob?
Well, you've been running. So how long have you been running this program? It's
4 or 5 years. I think 2016 was the first year. Paul and I split responsibilities. He is our clinical director and handles internships and all things related to that, and the relationships with our internship sites and helping students throughout the process and preparing them for licensure. And I handle more like the front end curriculum, admissions, and hiring adjuncts and things along those lines. So yeah, great to be here. Thanks for having me.
Wow. You stole his thunder. You stole Paul's thunder. Anything else you want to add, Paul, to your
that was it.
That was
But yeah, I've been at ENC for 7.5 years, and I was also a student at ENC many years ago. I got my bachelor's in social work from ENC, and I've worked in the field human services field for a long time as a school adjustment counselor. And then 7.5 years ago, I came back to teach undergrad. And like Brian said, I'm the clinical director for the MFT program. So really focusing heavily on the third year of the student's experience with supervising and coordinating their practicums and internships. So
Excellent.
welcome, everyone.
Thank you. And then Lauren, last but not least, from the MED program.
Those of you that are here, welcome. I've been running the ed program for about 20 years, and I've been at ENC itself this is my 30th year, so I've been here for a while. And I teach some of the entry-level classes, as well as do some student teaching supervision and student teaching seminar. And I also run the undergrad teacher ed program as well. And oh gosh, I'm trying to think how many students we've had over the years in the MED program. Too many to remember, but a lot of them are working in the area now, doing well.
Good.
Doing well. So
Excellent.
we're glad you're here as well. The ed program is glad you're here as well.
There you go. Breaking it out. Have all of us together, all under one umbrella. Excellent. Well, I see that President Connell, is he here? I thought I saw you here. You just joined us?
Hi, Rob. I'm here.
Greetings. We'll shift it around. I know you're probably doing quite a bit around here, but we just got through some introductions, and I'd like to give you some opportunity here to speak to the folks here.
Well, thanks, Rob. I don't mean to interrupt the agenda. I'm okay if you want to proceed what you're doing, and I can adjust.
Nope, this is good. It's not. Yeah, we got through what we
Okay.
need to do first.
Great. Well,
Thank you.
Thanks for letting me. I feel like I am doing quite a few of these today, and in every one, I feel like I'm interrupting a conversation.
No.
So I'm sorry to crash your party. I'll make two promises to you. One is that I'll be really brief, and the second is that I'm not going to ask you for any money. At least not today. I reserve the right to do that at some future meeting, but I won't do that today. Well, in the various groups that I'm meeting with today, I have to tell you that, and I don't say this to all the other groups, this one has a special spot in my heart. I'm really excited to spend a few minutes with all of you, because I know some of what it's like to be an adult learner. I was one. I did 2 of my degrees I did as an adult learner. And man, I can remember, although barely, I have to admit, because I wasn't getting enough sleep through any of it, but I can remember the stress of juggling work and family and school, and it felt just about impossible much of the time. I remember the weekends that were just nonstop schoolwork. I remember the evenings when Wendy and the kids were going to go off to pick apples or something, and I had to stay home to work on a thesis or a project. So, wow, I just want to congratulate you on the fact that you completed a degree as an adult learner, and it's probably too much to ask that you would look back on it with fondness, although I hope there's a little bit of fondness in the opportunities you had to meet our great faculty and to make relationships with other students. And I trust that your time with ENC really enhanced your life personally and professionally. I also remember from my adult degree programs that I didn't feel very much of a sense of connection to the college or to the university, you know, not living on campus, not having all the connections that residential students do. But I'm so grateful that you have felt sufficient connection to ENC to be a part of this today. Wish we could have you here on campus. Actually, I shouldn't say here on campus. I'm actually home, but I didn't want you to know that, which is why there's the fake background behind me. But I look forward to the day when we can have you on campus, and I would love to host you for a lunch or a coffee, and maybe we can do that at some point in time. I have been president of Eastern Nazarene College just 18 months. I started on April Fool's Day last year, which most people will never let me forget. It seems to be a uniquely appropriate day for me to have started. It's been kind of an uneventful first year, wouldn't you all say? It's been kind of quiet. I now have the privilege of meeting on occasion with other college presidents, and everyone, even those who have been serving for 20 or 30 years say, this has been the worst year ever, which I take some solace in. I figure, well, it's only going to get better. It's going to be a breeze from here on out. But in spite of the challenges, I've come to have a deep love for this place, a deep appreciation for our mission, for our faculty, and for our students, and especially for our students, but also for our alumni. I don't know how, there really isn't any way that a college like ENC can flourish and thrive in these really challenging days without the support of our alumni. So thank you to all of you for the ways in which you continue to be invested in our work, perhaps giving to the college, in whatever ways you're partnering with us. We're grateful, especially grateful for your prayers. And I actually do hope you look back on I'm sure you're glad your adult degree program is over, but I do hope you look back on it with fondness. And I hope that we'll have opportunities in the future to remain connected. And I look forward to getting to know each of you personally. So if there's anything in particular that anybody on the call wants to talk about, if there's time, Rob, I'm happy to respond to questions, or not. I'm just happy to allow you to continue with your agenda, whatever you'd like to do. But again, mainly I just wanted to say thank you and hello. And I appreciate you letting me interrupt your conversation for 3 minutes. That was probably more like 5 minutes. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I'll open the floor. I mean, we have the president's attention. So I always say, if anybody wants to, ask a question or highlight.
Well, and
anything.
let me assure you that you can always have my attention. My email is jack.connell@enc.edu. And I also am happy to give groups my cell number. So if anybody wants that, it's 585-474-7754. So if there's something you'd like to talk about that you'd rather not talk about with other folks around, email me, call me. Love to have that conversation.
Thank you. Excellent. Thanks so much, President.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Thank you for letting me jump in. Have a great time together.
Sure. All right, so we were going to do some AGS updates, just to kind of, since this is through the years, it was kind of unique that we came up with this. We all met and tried to figure out the best way to approach this. And, since I kind of taken over this position here, I've been here for some time, and that'll be part of my story. But I got to see the transition of AGS from the lead program in the late 70s, going through having multiple sites. I remember there was a site at Putnam Investments, which was in Quincy, Braintree line there. We've done some, we used to rent a place out in Taunton. I can't remember the name of the hotel right off of 495. We used to have, what was it?
The Holiday Inn.
The Holiday Inn. We used to hold classes at the Holiday Inn. So many unique places. Then over at the 180 and the 165 right next door, we used to have classes in there as well. And as we shifted, and then we've partnered with 2+2 articulation agreements with Bristol Community College, with also Massey Community College. I actually kicked off that 2+2 articulation agreement by hosting the first class there, and then moving through. Obviously to where we were at 180, and now that we're residing back in Gardner. Just a little bit of perspective in the time that I've been here, so many changes have gone on, and how we've moved through from a lead program to shifting to the AGS naming convention, and then moving forward. And before I'm going to leave it off here, and I'm going to shift it over to Jim so he can let you know, where we've been, where we're going with some of our programs, what we're going to be doing going forward. Jim.
Make sure I'm off of mute this time.
Yes.
So perfect. So a couple things that I'm excited to share about AGS and some of the new things that we have to offer and some of the new places that we're going. Currently, we have programs, the MFT program, we have the MEd program. I don't even know if I can list all of the options through the MEd program. Ashley probably could, or Dr. Randstrom could, but we also have the Master of Science in Management, our BAM and BISBA programs. One of the neat things about our bachelor's degree completion programs here on campus, we are looking at adding some specializations to to those programs. So we're, instead of it being more just general BAM and BISBA, we're actually looking at starting a specialization in, I think it's accounting, finance, global business, and there was what, marketing. So we're looking at kind of changing some of those offerings. So there's a little bit more that students will have an option to do. Beyond that, we're always looking at new ways that we can improve here in Quincy, new certificate programs that we may offer. If you're an alumnus, we're actually even starting the process of looking into, we're not there yet, but looking into some continuing education credits that we may be able to offer. So if you're looking for continuing education credits, that may be something that we'll be offering hopefully soon, but maybe a little bit further down the road. Two other things to just kind of let you know. We're actually also offering our BAM, BISBA, MSM, and we have a Christian ministry program that we're offering through our new satellite site in the Richmond area down in Virginia. So that's brand new. We're hoping to have our first class start this spring. Once we get that going, there may be some different offerings that we're able to do there as well, but that's kind of where we're starting with that. And also we're looking at adding an online section to AGS. So we have, hopefully we'll be starting some programs for our online area in the spring. We're still waiting for all the approvals and all that stuff, so we're not there yet, but it's possible we may be offering some online things maybe in April or May, definitely I think by the fall. So keep an eye out. Join us on social media, whether it's through LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. I'm trying to think of all the things my kids have on their phones, and Twitter, because we'll consistently be updating you on new things that are happening, new programs that are going on, and things like that. So join us on all of those platforms. We'd love to have you be a part of it. So thank you.
Excellent, thanks. All right, now we're doing a little bit of sharing here. We reached out to some folks that I'm thankful that they agreed to come on board and kind of tell us about their story here. Unique where they are part of our community and were part of our community as a student, and then continue to be part of the community and giving back to the school and teaching. So I was going to open this up and introduce some folks. We'll start off with the MED program. I changed it up. So Becky, if you want to kick off and tell us a little about your story here, your tenure here with ENC.
I'm Becky. I started AGS in 2007, and I was in the class of 2008. I did the reading specialist program, and it was great. A lot of people didn't like that it was Saturdays for 2 years, but I actually liked that because then you could, work during the week and go to school on the weekend. And I met so many great people through my program. I was with all Quincy Public Schools teachers, and I didn't work for the Quincy schools at the time, but I do now. And I remember when I was finishing and going for job interviews, as soon as I would say I'm in this master's program at Eastern Nazarene, the principals that I was meeting with were all very impressed. And, ENC has a great reputation in the surrounding towns. And I really love that I use my degree every day. I teach second grade. And so being a reading specialist, what I learned in my classes has really helped. All my professors were amazing here. And then when Lauren asked me to join in 2017 in the teaching the AGS program, I do curriculum and methods for early childhood. And I just love it. I think I was a little intimidated almost at first because some of the students are older than me sometimes, but which is always interesting. But I feel like, even working with undergrad and graduate students, I learn a lot from them as well, especially with the new technology. The younger kids teach me some of the new programs and things that they're working on with other classes. And I feel like the ENC is just a great place to be.
Excellent, thank you. Thank you for sharing. Should we move to Yeah, let's move to the MFT program. Is that Josh? I got to meet you a little bit before we jumped in here. Josh, would you like to share your story here? With,
Yeah, sure.
us?
So,
Thank you.
so I graduated from ENC in 2011. I actually see one of my cohorts on there, Gary. So shout out to the 2011 cohort there. Brian was one of my instructors, and Brian Massey, and I had a really good experience there. I had come from sort of a more kind of public school from before that, Bridgewater State College, and it was really important in my graduate work, sort of especially being a counselor, kind of be able to include and integrate my faith into my education. Especially, I knew that was the type of counselor I was going to be. And I think I just was really equipped there, and also just the posture was open to just ask questions, you know. And when you're doing psychology, you're always kind of dancing in philosophy and theology and those types of things. And so it was just great to have sort of such an open posture towards those questions. And I use that stuff even today, that sort of that curiosity. And I actually am teaching counseling philosophy and theories right now for the graduate program. I had taught it once before, and I just, even teaching at ENC, the posture is so different, just the openness and the curiosity and just the students. I've taught at some other colleges as well, and I just enjoy kind of coming back and able to sort of work that piece, that sort of philosophy, religion, theology piece. Kind of I'm always so impressed with the students here who are open to it, whether they have a particular faith identity or they don't. I think they do really well here. So I just have really enjoyed learning here, and certainly enjoy teaching here.
Excellent. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
We got learning some more stuff about folks. This is great. And then what's it, Guan? He jumped in. I'm sorry I couldn't get to chat with you a little bit beforehand, but Guan, would you like to share your story?
Hi, everyone. So I am with the class of 2015. During my time at ENC, it was pretty rocky for me. Had lost my mom, unfortunately. I walked across the stage 9 months pregnant. And it just was a crazy journey for me. However, my professors, Brian being one of them at the time, and Paul as well, were amazing and very supportive through my time there. And I now teach the marital enrichment and preparation course that Professor Lanham used to teach, and started doing that last year. And this will be my second winter doing it. Pretty nervous still about doing that, but it's going well. Since graduating, I now have my own private practice, and I specialize in marriage and family therapy. So seeing a lot of couples in that field. The creative developer of a weekly planner called the Inspired Mental Health Professional. So I feel like my time at ENC has definitely opened up many doors for me just from 2015 to now. And unfortunately, the pandemic has been bittersweet with even being a practice owner due to obvious reasons, very bitter, but also very sweet in terms of developing in the practice. But yeah, thank you.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing. Now for a prior mentor of mine, please, Russ, if you want to share, you've got some history here, which should be good information.
Yeah, I think I'm the old man in the crowd here, maybe, except for I won't mention the other man who's probably older than me, who's been around longer. But I was back with LEAD in the first few months that the program began. I actually was a member of the BSBA 05 class. So that was the 5th class. And I think back then they were starting 4 or 5 classes a month. It was a unique program. It was new to the area. The whole idea of accelerated degree completion really caught on fire. And we were the only ones offering it at that time. So I went through the program, and we went through it was really a lot of fun. It was terrific. I had some tremendous instructors, people who cared about both learning and faith. So that was terrific because I'm a longtime member of the Church of the Nazarene as well. So it was really good to see faith exercised in education. I really enjoyed that. And then from there went on to get a couple of more degrees, and in the interim came back to teach with the Still Then Lead program. And I want to say that, when did the Lead program start? Did you say in the 70s?
Yeah, late 70s. MFT was late 70s, I believe, right? And then 80s became part of the business lead program. If memory serves, and some of it, you say no, Sarah? I got some information from 79. Please share.
Well, in all likelihood, I must have started teaching for lead in the late 80s or mid 80s, late 80s, early 90s, somewhere in that realm. And then went to work full time for a period with the then lead program. My time was when we were in the original Old Colony location, not the new one that we just exited a few years ago, but the one to the left where Kinderkirk was. That's where we were for a long time, up on the second floor. And I actually had Robert Murphy as a student. So that was a tremendous honor to see how well Murph, as we called them then, Murph is done. So that's terrific. And professionally, I taught in the undergraduate program and the lead program at ENC. And then professionally, I came to open my own business school. So it's sort of an interesting thing, you know, you don't always come across somebody that owns a school. And so here I am, I'm accredited, and I could give out bachelor's degrees, but it doesn't fit my mission. So I focus more on certifications and preparations for professionals in accounting. Certified management accounting, CPAs, certified bookkeepers, things of that nature. So a lot involved in that realm. But I was actually, in a way, part of the founding process of LEAD. And so when I went to work full time, one of the things that I was tasked to do was to create the BAM program. So I had to create all the curriculum and the courses, and I worked with several people to do that. And then later, the graduate program. And there's some interesting stories about the graduate program. In those days, we had a marketing branch that was part of the University of Phoenix. I can't recall what they called themselves, but they took care of the marketing, and they couldn't get this graduate program off the ground. So the decision was made for me to try and do that. So being that I went to one of the larger Nazarene churches, I called one of the members of my church, Dan McCabe. Some of you probably know him. And I said, hey, Dan, listen, our pastor and John Westcott and Dana Ladd, they've all joined this program, and they'd like you to join and be part of it. And then I hung up from him, and I called Dana Ladd, and I said, hey, Dana, listen, John Westcott and Pastor Bob and Dan McCabe have joined this program, and they'd all like you to be part of it. Then I hung up from him, and I gave that same story to the third guy. So I waited to do my pastor last because I didn't want to lie to him. So by the time I got to my pastor, all three had actually agreed to join. And those were the students that kicked off the first graduate program. We had those 4 students in there, and it was a lot of fun. But ENC has been just a great place to be a part of over the years. And I hope everybody realizes how special it is to be able to participate in first-class quality education interwoven with your faith. That is a rare privilege, and we should feel honored that we can do that. And so for that, and for these many, many years of affiliation with ENC, the LEAD program, and now Adult and Graduate Studies, I am a humble servant and honored to be part of it.
Excellent. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Well, I put myself in this alumni my story with I've got about 18 years here with ENC, not as much as Russ. I guess this is in part some of my testimony too, my general testimony, as I got a couple of degrees before I came to ENC to get into the bachelor's program, and some of it was related to I guess a lack of faith in my life. I didn't know what I had or what I needed, or it's just it was like an empty spot, and I'm like, you know what, I'll try this LEAD program that I saw coming down the pike, and something was missing, and I decided to go, and I ended up showing up, and here we are praying before classes, and there's a little bit of focus on the faith piece of the pie, but still never really connected. So I got my bachelor's degree through the AGS program, and then finished up and decided to roll right into the master's program. And at that point, Russ didn't reach out to me, but I was one of the first masters in IT. So we had I was the MT01 cohort. I know there was an master's in leadership cohort too, but I was the first one to graduate from there. And after that time, I graduated, and then the school reached out to me because they had a lack of technology professors. And since I was since I just got my degree in technology and I went on to technology in my professional career, I came back and I started teaching obviously as an adjunct. But what I received at ENC, as soon as I finished up my grad degree, things really opened up for me in my professional career. I spent many years in different industries, IT industry, finance industry. I'm in the music industry, but that wasn't part of my time here at ENC. But it really bolstered, it really changed my perspective. And as I moved on in the industries and my grounding in faith here at ENC, there have been so many I see so many bad things in the business world, and studied a lot of the bad things. Obviously, you cover these things in case studies. And I decided, I got to, as part of the process of going through and being in corporate America, I felt like I had to make a difference. As I said, the management structures out there, the things that go on in the businesses, I'm like, I'm going to come back, and if I'll do it one person at a time, I don't care. We got a small college, but if I can inculcate something here, a little seed that when folks leave here, that they'll do something better for the world instead of just giving them a degree. And I espouse these things even in the undergrad program about the importance of having a liberal arts education, so you're not just focused on one piece of the pie. Just don't go out there and step on everybody to make a dollar, but instead understand the implications that what you do has an impact on other people, the environment, an individual. So I found that over time, I got to inculcate a lot more of my faith in my teaching. It took a bit to get on there. I was born again in 2008. From a Catholic to a Baptist, and I have to say that some of that, a big chunk of that, was because of the community, and a lot of the folks here are part of that. It was nice to meet, Josh Guan and Becky. I don't know many of you folks, but a lot of the folks here are a big part of my journey, I guess, for lack of a better word. Starting off with you, Russ, back in the day, and then Sarah and Mindy, and the folks that I have met here over the years have really been part of that. My journey of faith to really focus. I got to be thankful for the college for opening my eyes to that, being here after 18 years. This is the longest job I've ever held, if you want to look at it like that, going through many industries, but somehow they seem to keep me. I don't know why Mindy wanted to keep me, or Sarah kept me around, or other folks, but I seem to just do the right thing, I guess, and maybe it was the good seed that was planted when I first got here, and good teachers like Russ and a lot of the great folks that I had as mentors and guides. Dan McCabe, another one. Captain, my captain, as I used to call him, really put a good Christian heart in me. And it was it's been a pleasure working with a lot of the folks here. And I'm thankful for you all coming on board and helping out, and those folks joined from the outside and just want to stay connected. As I took on this AGS division chair position, I really wanted to pull us all together. I always feel that we're so disconnected as a team here. I always wanted to pull together the business department from the traditional program into the AGS program, which I did a little bit at a time by the global business trip that we had. So we've been going away to Spain, Sweden, a lot of things like that, where we got some of the AGS folks involved with trying to merge the school, become more one community instead of an AGS community and an undergrad community, because we have our separate budget lines or whatever it comes down to. It just, I felt it was important for us to be one. And I've always felt so disconnected, even as a faculty member here for some time in the early days, that I was a professor in a suitcase coming to work here and teaching. But the school is a big part of who I am today, and I just wanted to make sure that the folks who joined here, you are a big part of people. You're coming alongside folks as they move through their degrees, and we only get them for a little bit of time, right? 4 years for the undergrad program. We only get you in the AGS program for 2 years, and we get to come alongside you like a Barnabas, right? Get someone to come alongside and help these folks along, and hopefully do put a good seed in them so that they go out and they do the good deeds that we need to do for our work here. If you reflected on our new mission statement, you know, looking at that. So it's been a blessing to get this position at the division chair level, to hopefully be able to make some changes. I know sometimes it's challenging with resources and trying to do the right things, but I really want to pull our programs together. I'm thankful for Paul and Brian and also Lauren for jumping in here, because I don't think we've ever had a combined one. And I think it's important that we stay combined and get to know and bridge that gap between programs, just like I do in the undergrad program, getting to know people from different areas. We all come from the same school, but we don't know each other, which is frustrating. And I mean, I just don't know a lot of you folks, and I try to get around. It's going to be my point to, you know, as new cohorts start up here, that I go and I visit every cohort, and to get to know every single student that comes here. That's why, as an AGS Division Chair, I still want to teach. I still have to teach in the AGS program to stay connected, so I know what's going on. I have to know what's going on. All right. So I just wanted to share my little, so some of it a little bit of a testimony. Frankly, I'm thankful for AGS. It's really been, it's been a big part of my Christian testimony, being at this college for 18 years, and shaping and molding me. Thankful for all that's happened for me. All right. So the next step here. Well, we're supposed to do that, but did Courtney want to share? Checking with you, Jim. Are you there, Jim? Testing.
I'm still muting.
Oh.
I don't know. When I saw Courtney come on, I know she's a new student. I didn't know she'd like to just say hello we've got students that have been here from the start of this, and she's a current student, and I don't know if I'm sorry to put you on the spot, Courtney, but I don't know if
it's okay.
Willing to say, yeah, I started the program and this is how it is for me.
Yeah, what's your story, Courtney?
Hi, so I started the program this year. I transferred to ENC as a junior for my undergrad, and I played on the basketball team, and I'm currently still on the basketball team, starting the Masters of Science program, or Master of Science of Management, and I am a graduate assistant for the Marketing and Communications team, and so that is what kind of led me here.
And it's good to have you here, because I think I have you in class, don't I?
You do.
Okay. And you sent me an email regarding, working on some marketing stuff, and I have yet to respond to you, correct?
Yes, okay.
I'm letting everybody know my weaknesses, all right? I'm less than perfect.
And I'm always looking for alumni stories to highlight on social media. So if anyone has any of that, definitely reach out.
Yes. Oh, you can reach out to me as well, because I'm working closely with that team. Our new marketing director has come into play, and I joined them on a bi-weekly basis. No, yeah, bi-weekly. And I know Courtney's on the team, and thankful. And again, I'm coming to the end here, because we've got, what time is it? 3:44. We did pretty good. 3:45. I was predicting about 45, 50 minutes. We did pretty good. But we're trying to connect with folks. We get the linked up site going. We want to know what's going on, and Russ, like yourself, and sharing some of the things that you've done, even your own business and stuff like that. Any alum that wants to share things with us. I mean, we want to know what you're doing out there. I knew that Russ did that in the side. I didn't know Gwan started her own practice. I mean, it's good to hear the success that some of these folks have, and we'd love to share some of that, because hopefully it originated here at AGS, and hopefully there was an impact there that planted a seed to make it go out and do great things. Do good works, as they say, right? We're all here to do some good works. But with that, I'm gonna stop sharing, because the only thing I see is a screen, and I want to see people's faces. There we go. Jeff Johnson. Oh, I didn't see you. Look at Jeff joins us. He's one of our folks here, but working for our the graduate program, a thesis program. But thank you for joining, Jeff. I know you had some challenges. Thanks. I couldn't respond in text because I was presenting at the same time. I can multitask, but not that good. All right. So I'm leaving the door open here. It's a small group here. If people want to chat, I can put people in a breakout room. I'm just going to leave it open here for any questions that you may have for us, or any ideas. I mean, please, you've been through the program. You are giving back to the program. Some of you just out there joining us. It'd be good to know what you think. You can reach out to any of us, like myself. gym sheets to try to let us know where you think we should go. I mean, we're doing the best we can to do some environmental scanning to see what's out there so that we can find means to offer programs that are good for folks, or anything that you see about the programs that you're in or that you're contributing to. I know you do end of course surveys and we do review those, but sometimes people just try to get through those things just to get through the procedure part of your teaching here and just sign off and stuff. But nonetheless, honestly, open door. We don't know if you don't say anything, we don't know, and then we think we're doing an awesome job, and we just keep going forward as we are. But we're always opening up to new ideas. I know that Brian Massey wants to start another program here, but no, you're doing a great job, Brian. Thanks for coming for the MFT. I know I have to pick
I
up
want to do
Brian.
what now?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just trying to get you to kick up some more things. You got a couple of your guys here,
Started.
Your folks, sorry.
Yeah, I'm aerospace engineering. That's my next plan. So
that's your
No,
specialty.
it's good to see some folks here. Gary Ratliff Sr., it's good to see you, sir. How are you?
I'm doing well as well. It's great to see you and Josh.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys were in the same cohort, correct?
Yes.
Mhm.
Chris Bean and
Yep.
that was a good year right there.
That was a great year.
I remember very fondly. Yeah. So what are you up to these days, sir?
Well, actually, I had some health challenges, so I had to kind of step back from doing full-time counseling. But what I do mentoring. I still do advocacy in the deaf community. I work, I volunteer in the school systems, working with underprivileged kids. I just finished a dual grad certificate in conflict resolution and mediation. I'm trying to add that. One of the things working in the school system, I found out a lot of the kids had issues resolving conflict, and I just figured that I could use some more skills outside of my clinical. So I went back to do that to kind of continue to do what I can do within the space that I can operate in. Also, I joined New England Society for the Treatment of Trauma and Disassociation. I'm part of their, I'm one of the members large there, we're trying to make a shift in this climate of social unrest to be more open to other people of color. So I'm there helping, aiding there as well. So other than that, that's it. I got to play for, yes.
Yeah, so you're just retired.
Other than that,
There you go.
Just cruising Netflix sounds like.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny because I'm thinking as I'm listening to some of these stories, these would be great for Courtney to, if you're willing, to put a little blurb on social media about what some of our alum are doing.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you don't feel pressured to do it, but I know we would love to feature some of our alumni that are doing some great things. And it sounds like these are some great things in our community, and people need to hear what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because you guys are doing some very, very good things. So what I might do is have Courtney send you an email. Please don't feel pressured if you're not interested in doing it, but maybe we'll reach back out and Courtney can just get a little bit of information we could put on Facebook or Instagram or something like that, just to highlight some of the good work you all are doing.
All right. I just need to say ENC is one of the greatest schools I ever attended. Dr. Massey was, as the kids would say, was the bomb. He was really, 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 he really impacted me as a student and as a young man. Actually, I wasn't a young man. I was an older gentleman, but he still impacted me. But just incorporating this theory with my faith was really, really life-changing for me. And to sit in class and have someone lead us in prayer prior to the class was just out of this world for me. That was a life changer. And to meet someone like Josh, Josh is a great individual. I'm not saying that just, he really is. We spent a lot of time together. We talked together. We used to go up to the bookstore. I forgot
Right.
what that.
BBD.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
that means something very different now.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We used to make our annual trips up there together and buy books and stuff, have conversations. So, yes, ENC was a great experience.
I think that's when you started your mediation career between me and Chris.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're going to be great at that. You're a natural.
Yes.
Excellent. It's good to see people engaging. All right, folks. I mean, I'm going to leave it open if, you know, again, I'd like people to try to stay connected with us and reaching out so we can share these success stories. And, you know, apparently I need to do that too. I need to work with you, Courtney, as well. But if there's nothing else, you know, I'd like to, anybody? That's it? I want to close. Maybe I'd like to pray for closure. All right, I'll pray. All right, all. Thank you, Lord, Heavenly Father, for the blessings of today, for the time that we get to spend together with those who are part of our community, for the works that they do, for the gifts that you've given them to carry out these works, plant that seed. We are thankful for every single one of these folks here on today, and thankful they are part of the community, and that we have building this community of relationships between us so that we can do good works for our students and continue the work of this college. I want to thank us all in precious Jesus. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you all.
Amen.
Thank you.
Cheers all.
Thanks for coming.
Thanks for coming.
Give me a call sometime, okay?
Yeah, definitely.
I wonder you still have my number.
I'll talk to you in the chat.
Okay, gotcha, my friend. Gotcha.
I'll leave it.
See you guys. Bye-bye.
All right. What's going on, Russ? Anything good?
You get that,
Ready to go?
Gary?
Yep.
Same old, you know?
Yep, I got it. I'm gonna take a picture. It's easier.
All right.
Take a picture.
I was talking to Chris last month too.
Hey, I try to get in contact with him, and I haven't. I don't know whether I got his correct number or not.
He's at BAMSI. He's like a program director now or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I'm trying to poach him to come work at the well.
Oh, are you still working there, my friend?
Yeah, I'm trying to poach him and Paul Late.
There you go.
Just be cool though. Just act normal.
Yeah, there you go, man. Oh, wow. Awesome, dude. Awesome. So how many classes are you teaching at the
Just one.
Just the one class?
Yeah, that's enough.
Oh, that's enough?
You can teach more if you want, Josh.
There you go.
This is like an ongoing, you're trying to influence me negatively, I'm trying to influence you negatively. Terrible.
He's supervising a couple of our interns, and he does a phenomenal
really?
job. So yeah, it's great.
Okay.
It's great to have him.
I'm telling you, he was a phenomenal student. Like we all challenged each other. Because we were the only males. Because I think
actually Rose Derbyshire works at the well too.
Wow! Yeah. Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, tell her I said hi. Okay.
Definitely will. Yes.
Yeah, man. But like I said, my journey had started out a little different than I initially wanted to. But I've been able to do some counseling in the deaf community with a group of people that I know because people.
You've been doing that forever.
Yeah. As people on the channel know, my wife and I are foster parents for Department of Children and Family. We've been doing that for 29 years now. We are a specialized home for deaf. We presently just take in deaf kids. Matter of fact, we still have 2 of them here with us. They're past that time, but they graduated from high school, and one graduated from college, and now he's at Simmons doing his MSW. The other one is Bunker Hill community college in liberal arts trying to find himself. But but we really been doing. Give me. This is one of my sons, Jeremy. This is Jeremy. All right. But that's one of the things that I've been doing, a lot of advocacy work and with the deaf community, connecting to resources and things like that. Still doing that. Love it.
Well, Gary, call me and we'll let's grab lunch or something, catch up.
All right then, my friend. I'm about to take off because I got to take him over to the mall to buy him a iWatch. Well, whatever that was, iWatch, whatever he wants. So, but it was nice meeting you all and hearing your different stories and the impact that you have on the community. So it was great. It was great seeing you and talking with you. Take care.
Good.
All right, take care, Josh.
Cheers.
Yeah. Thanks, guys, for having me. I appreciate
Thanks,
it.
Josh. Nice to meet you, my friend.
Take care.
Thank you. Looking for down and out. What's going on, Russ?
Hey, great job today.
Thanks.
You did a great job. You should be proud.
Oh, it's a lot of work, man. This was a lot of work. I can't even tell you how much work this was.
Yeah, 2 or 3 hours to do a 40-minute thing, probably.
Yeah,
So,
no, I'll tell you, it's been a month and a half of pulling things together, but we did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did it. It went well, and it's great to see everyone interacting and
Yeah, that's good.
hearing stories. But more important than that, you started something. You know, you were at the front.
I went into the charger hole.
Uh-oh. I muted him. Sounds like he's got excited kids there.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's all right.
You started.
There you go. So, yeah, thanks for doing all your teaching, Russ. As you heard, we're going online soon.
Yeah.
I know
Well,
you're taking a lot of work, but
you start new programs. Are you guys looking at the Bureau of Labor Statistics studies on jobs in demand and everything?
yeah, I've been that's what I'm teaching the undergrad faculty. I'm part of faculty development, how to do environmental scanning, go to Department of Labor, Bureau of Statistics, and pull information, because that's how I look at the business department for the undergrad piece of it.
Yeah. Because there's no sense in making programs for places there won't be jobs.
Yeah.
So you can use that.
Yeah, that's some of the challenge. I mean, I know a lot of students are looking at unique things, and getting the competencies for that is kind of difficult. Just the way it is. So how's your company doing? Busy or?
Yeah, on a busy year, I'll do 350 students in a year.
Yeah.
In a slower year, I'll do usually 200 or so.
Students.
So this year, I think I'll be a little under 200 with COVID, probably. Part of it is because I trained so many people through unemployment.
Yep.
That unemployment's been inundated with the number of claims.
Yeah.
The system was never designed for this sort of volume. So literally, they have a hard time placing people in educational programs because they're just processing claims all day long.
Okay.
Unemployment actually reached out to us, the schools, and said, "Can you donate a day and help us? We'll train you. We'll train you. You can process claims."
Wow.
I stayed away from that, but yeah, in a big year it'll be well over 300 students. In a slow year, it's usually around 200. This year, it'll probably be 180, and almost all of our finance and accounting type thing.
And that's full time, right? You're doing that full time?
Yeah. They're
just you.
They consider full time 20 hours a week. So our accreditation is, you can either pick credit hours or clock hours. So I chose clock hours because of the nature of our program. It seemed to fit better. So it has to be a 20-hour-a-week program. And they'll run from 12 weeks to 24 weeks. And it's all focused on, the end game is to pass usually a certification exam. So you want to become a CPA, come on and we'll whip you into shape for the CPA exam. You want to become a certified management accountant, come on and we'll get you into shape for that. We get a lot of people at the lower end too that want to be certified bookkeepers. It's a quicker, faster program.
Yep.
And cost versus reward. Depending on where they live in the state, they're going to make between 45 and 85,000
Yep.
for a relatively small investment, a $7,000 investment.
Yeah.
So you can't really beat that.
So how you been doing it during COVID? Did you have classrooms or is this online stuff?
They closed us all down. All
It's
the
what?
proprietary schools were closed.
Okay.
So we were given emergency status to operate on Zoom.
Okay.
So, we've been sort of doing it in real time on Zoom.
Okay.
So
Synchronous like we are. Yeah.
Yeah. It creates some challenges because, as you know from teaching, you do an awful lot more talking
Yep.
in this environment than you do in the classroom. It's trickier to get people to get involved and stuff. But
Yeah, especially accounting and finance.
in the words of the great one, Bill Belichick, it is what it is.
Yeah. Yes.
Right? It is what it is. So
Okay.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful that we were able to keep going.
Good.
A ton of my peers have closed. I'm one of the lucky ones that didn't have to do that. But
Good.
we manage the overhead carefully in terms of our costs and stuff.
Good.
And my wife and I took an interesting perspective when we opened this business. We looked each other in the eyes and we promised we would not make any decisions based on money. So we were never chasing dollars. So when you're working with the state runs out of money. Budgets run short and they run out of money. So the first time it happened to me, I had two sisters applying to come to my school, and the state ran out of money right in the middle of them. And I kind of liked them. They were fun. So I said, listen, you're free. You come to my school for free. So she went back to her career counselor and said, this guy said we could come free. And the career counselor said, no, you misunderstood him. That's not what he said. Da, 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 da. So they made me put it in an email in writing that this woman could come free. So then I thought, well, the states always run out of money, but people never run out of needing help. So we put the word out that when the state ran out of money, don't worry about it. You can send them to our school free. So, we did that. We've been doing that for 15 years or however long we've been doing that. And so we go to state agencies and they say things like, if you want to see Christianity in action, talk to the Bedards for a few minutes. So think about that for a minute, right?
Yes.
It's an amazing, in public state-run meetings. They say, if you want to see Christianity in action, talk to these folks for a few minutes.
Nice.
So it's kind of cool. That's one of the cool things,
Good.
And it's
Good to
all
hear.
because we've never been chasing money. Never.
Yep.
Chase money, you'll lose. It's always going to outrun you.
Yep. Excellent. Well, thanks for hanging out. It's good to catch up, Russ. I'm sorry that we can't see each other face to face. I mean, I miss those times I can run into you in the hallways.
I don't think I've seen you face to face with the new. I couldn't tell if it was a prophetic growth or or he's the top one. It can bring the two lives together.
That's it.
You still playing?
I am. I brought my friends behind me.
Nice. I see the boys in the band. Yeah.
Yeah, still playing. It's tough at church. Our guitarist hurt his hand, so now we're just they're just playing the music, and it's kind of slowed down. I was supposed to play in chapel last Wednesday, but I already had plans. They asked me last minute, but whatever. But that's it. Yeah, still trying to, still playing, still trying to stay ahead. This job is just really busy.
It's some time.
Yeah,
keep playing. That outlet.
Yeah, a lot going on, but
you're doing a terrific job.
Thanks, buddy.
And it seems like it's being recognized because they made you division chair, so that's great.
Yeah. Thanks.
How's the school? Everybody's off now, right? Yeah, go on. So how's the school doing financially? Are they pulling out of it a little bit?
Yes, we're doing well. The president has really stopped